Guys, Ryan from Do It for Fun Outdoors here, filming a little food plotting video here, passing on some information that I've kind of learned from some folks on YouTube and some Facebook pages. But we got a stand right there. This is on our lease, northern Wisconsin. This lease hasn't really been hunted in the last 10 years. The guy started leasing it. We're the third people to lease it. So for 3 years, the first guy that leased it kind of screwed up things with the landowner, and the landowner didn't want to release to him. So they hunted, but they only hunted very seldomly, I guess I'd say. But the guy last year is two dudes. One guy was from Nebraska. One guy was from around the area here. His two buddies. The one guy actually fell out of the tree stand and hurt himself in Nebraska, so they never really hunted out here either. So one year this was hunted in the last 10 years. But we got this lease this year, and we're planning on trying to keep leasing it. But we're kind of in the middle between two 40s right now. We got 80 acres, but we're kind of right in the middle of it. And then we got an area where we got the stand set up, and about a month ago, I thought, hey, what a good idea would it be to try to get some kind of food plot back there. But on the lease, we're not allowed to cut down trees. We're not allowed to clear area. But this was recently logged, so you can kind of see, you know, that these trees were all just kind of dropped, and then they got the trees they want. We're actually right in the middle of like a cedar swamp. Kind of goes all the way through here. But you know, I was debating on what the hell we were going to plant here. How the hell we were going to plant anything here. I'm pretty new to food plotting. I've only been doing it for the last couple of years. So, I mean, there's that. So I was kind of reluctant. Didn't know, you know, there's not a lot of sunlight back here. Like I said, we can't cut stuff down. So I did some research, and I started reading up on oats and winter rye. Went to the feed store in town and talked to the lady that works at the feed store. And she's telling me kind of how it's kind of like a godsend, you know, for anybody doing food plots, because it's super easy to grow. So I said, hey, what the hell, you know, I bought a 50-pound bag of it, put 25 pounds of it down on our bigger food plot down the way, and then came back here with just that little seed broadcaster right there. And all I did was walk around. As you can see, this is all, you know, just pine needles, and that's all it is. I didn't rake it. I didn't do nothing. I just broadcasted this shit on top of the dirt. And this is how it came up. These little grass shoots is what the winter rye is. This stuff, not this. This is just a regular grass. But you can actually, hold on, we'll get an area where we can still see some seed. You can actually see the seeds starting to expand out, turn green. But this is even the funner part here. We have this old stump, and it is literally growing on the stump. This is all oats and winter rye right here, all this little grassy stuff. And as you can tell, this is the only green on this hill. I mean, look in here. This is how it was. Just like this, with the same amount of sunlight. And this little green patch you see here, this little maybe 1/16 of an acre, is all that it was. We just had that little cell cam up there. So I'm sure my buddy's got pictures of what it was like before any of it. It was just all like this. But what I'm gonna do today is, seeing that the trees are down already, we're not allowed to cut live trees. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these logs up, and I'm going to try to get this stuff pushed to the side. Get some of that stuff pushed out of there. You know, take like a little hour, cut this stuff up, move it out of the way. Try to open up this area a little bit. And what I'm going to do is, I got about 20 pounds, 25 pounds here, is I'm going to broadcast it throughout here with a little bag spreader. We already have this area, but my goal is to try to make this a little bit bigger. I'll probably go to kind of where these trees are, and then take you guys on the journey and just see how she goes. I mean, obviously it'll probably be like this, but you guys will get to see how it came up over here. And that's all I'm going to do is just take the chainsaw. I'm going to lop these logs up, and I'm just going to try to push this stuff off to the side. And yeah, so stay tuned. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. It might help you guys out big time, actually. I mean, it helped us out. I mean, look at this. All this green right here. It's all winter rye and oats, and the deer are going ape shit on it. I will show you guys some pictures. Whoo! Well, I don't know if you can tell, I moved all that brush that was right here, all right there. Really opened it up. I'm not even going to touch that stuff because I'll be able to go up and go around the corner there, even where those ferns are right there. Whew, I'm out of shape. I did dump out some of my dang rye seed right there. That sucks, but I got about 20 more pounds of it in the truck. So if I need to, I even came over here and moved some of these sticks over here. But it'll be a pretty nice plot. It'll go all the way up through there and around through here. So you guys stay tuned, and I'll show you kind of what goes on. It's like even this stuff, like, I mean, you can still see I still have some sticks and stuff out. It's not perfect, but I moved about 80% of it. All this big wall of brush right here I moved, and some of this stuff behind me. So what we won't do to kill a deer, I guess. And then my buddy and his old lady will probably be sitting there. And but thank you for coming along for this adventure here. I'm going to get the seed in the ground. And the next video you guys see will be what that side looks like right there. This side's already green, so it works. We know it, but I want you guys to kind of see the process. And I mean, I didn't use a rake. I didn't do nothing. I literally had like a little stick, and I just kind of brushed all this fine stuff off to the side, all this fine stuff. But I didn't get it down to the dirt, so we'll see. It's hot. Whew. But stay tuned, guys. Next video, I'll once this starts to germinate, I'll show you guys what that looks like. All right, guys. Well, you can see the seeds spread out. I only did, like I said, about a 5-gallon bucket. Whew, man, I'm out of shape. You can see I spread it all around here. Even in by these ferns, you can see where I spread some seed. I walked all through here, all the way over here in between these trees, just to give you a gist. And I'm hoping that in a couple weeks, this side over here will look like that little patch, and then we'll have a nice little, probably 1/8 of an acre plot. Like I said, I didn't clean out any of these trees. We'll probably do that next year if we still lease this, but I mean, it's still a pretty decent sized plot, you know, coming through here and all the way down there. I had seeded all the way right in here, all the way through here. So we're just on this little knob, kind of this little high area, and it's swamp all down in there, and then swamp all down in that backside. So yeah, we'll see how she goes.